Петь песень и танцевать конец, потому что мы идем в нашу последнюю серию сегодня. В лобби началась игра ZooCourage с нашего корейского протос-игрок MVPLure. Мы, ребята, будем готовы. Почему так плохо слышно? Почему меня так плохо слышно? Или что? Это все это... Или что? Что случилось? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, господа и дамы, всем портал СК2 ТВ, True Empire TV, Good Game. Начинаемся наша последняя серия. Спонсор Razer NSL на верхнем правом углу за команду MVP корейского есть красный протос Lure. Его соперник на нижнем левом углу Cloud Kingdom за команду Zoo. Не забывайте про Razer. Есть зеркало игрок Courage. Прошлую серию это выиграл 2-0 очень быстро. Все отлично слышу. Ребята, я трек после вот эту игру вам скину. Пожалуйста, бывайте спокойны. Я не терпитесь, я сейчас это вам скину, когда могу. Окей. Ну вот сейчас, ребята, наша последняя серия сегодня. Кто выиграет вот эту серию, пойдет в четвертьфинал, занят второе место в группу C. Ну, это типа, как я понял. На своей стороне начинается Forge Fest Expand. За нашего зерга игрока он, наверное, пойдет 14 пул и, наверное, попытается быстро 3 хедж себе приобрести. Вот мы видим просто такого на нервах, это клевый такой харас, просто на нервы бывает у вот этого игрока. Вот пул мы уже видим на 14, ровно аж на 15, не просто 14, и вот просто прикольно. Люр как хак играет, просто пробует харасывать все работники у зерга, плюс пробует это типа как брать минералы от... ну, пытается брать вот этих минералов, чтобы это легче было это капить, ну не легче было капиться, и просто на нервах бывает вот здесь. So, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Over here at the top right side of the map for Team MVP, it is the Korean Protoss Lure. His opponent down at the bottom left side, of course, as you guys see, it is ZooCourage against sponsor Razer for the NSL. We are in our final series of the day of the NSL Group C. Already today, Tudming moved out in first place. Now this is the final fifth series. Right now, MVPLure is coming from the losers of the winners match. ZooCourage is the winner of the losers match. So everything is on the line right here, ladies and gentlemen. Every little last bit. Looking at it, there we go. The first hatch is already put down. Again, because how greedy Lure likes to play, he doesn't really spend too much time being over on this side of the map trying to put up pylons or anything like that, because that does take away minerals from him that he could utilize to get a Nexus sooner, a Forge sooner, and as well to get his wall all finished up. As we see, the first cannon is just getting started. He should probably keep that probe for the wall up, because already, as we see, two lings are heading over that way. Again, not like they could really do anything substantial except be a little bit pesky, a little bit annoying, but still need to get that wall up and wait for the cannon to finish up before actually they can get in. As we see, rather than actually putting the probe to wall off and hold off for a couple extra seconds, he's just going to put down another pylon, most likely to be canceled. There it goes. So no shock or surprise here. Now, the first time we saw today MVPLure on this map, we watched as he tried to go for a third base type play, and he faced, of course, YHY, who attempted to go this Ling. Who attempted to go this Ling-esque Muta play that we saw also utilized by Tudming against him. But unfortunately on this map it didn't work out so well because it was so choky. It was very easy for Lure to land some easy and nice force fields, preventing any type of serious damage or harass to be done to himself. And because so much investment went into those Lings and Mutas, Lure was able to go on a counterattack and basically stomp, run all over his Zerg opponent. So we'll see if that's going to happen this game or if it will be a little bit of a different story. So we shall find out. As we see, already third hatch finishing up for the Zerg player, so typical standard play, usually 3 hatch, and then we're going to see some very hard droning from the player. He's going to get his economy going very hard, and that's the best possible way to not only go through the game, but to stop also any sort of Immortal Sentry all in. And that's usually one of the biggest dangers in the games today, playing in a PvZ for a Zerg player, is to be able to handle actually that Immortal Sentry all in. Now, what I am wondering is what route is he eventually going to decide. He is very similar with his openers every single game, whether he's going Stargate, whether he's opening Stargate, or whether he's opening Immortals. He he is very standard. He usually gets 4 gases, puts 2 on each gas, and actually 3 gases in the main, so a little bit of a deviant, a little bit of a variation from the last game. And look at that, going for the robotics bay itself. So no big surprise there. Now, what he's going to do to follow up, I'm not 100% sure, because it is a little bit of a late robo, and we'll see what exactly comes out. Usually, if it is an Immortal Sentry Element, we'll see an Immortal pop out of there first. If an Observer ipso facto does come out, that will probably most likely be a third Nexus coming out from MVPLure. So something to keep in mind and keep an eye on, and as well, Courage being a good player, as good of a player as he is, he's most likely going to be very attentive also towards when that third base, and if that third base gets taken, because usually when a Zerg does notice that third base being taken, or looks like the Protoss is going to attempt to take it, that's usually a general indication for the Zerg player to start taking his 4th and potential 5th hatch as well. As we saw earlier, again, how Tudming really beat MVPLure playing the Ling Muta style. He actually got very greedy, took his 4th and 5th hatch very, very early in the game, and at that point took his 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th gas all at once. Didn't really utilize those bases for mineral consumption, mainly just to add additional gas production for himself, and that way he was able to get enough mutas to be able to break through and eventually just out DPS, outclave the hell out of MVPLure. So definitely something definitely that most likely he's going to keep in mind. So there we go. We see it in a first Observer already came out, second one right after that. So this already, ladies and gentlemen, is definitely going to be a third. Next is coming out from our player MVPLure. He's going to probably warp in probably an additional 3 to 4 more Zealots just to make sure he's a little bit safe, and then he's going to take that third hatch. Now, for Courage, he is going to really see this pretty easily, as we see there is a Ling in position over here, and very good job by him, already taking a 5th hatch, 4th hatch, but a little blind, but took the 4th hatch, sees the third base is taken, cat, takes the 5th hatch, and this is actually something really, I think Courage just learned, guys. I think Courage literally, we're watching a player learn from games he watched earlier today. He's taking the 4th and 5th hatch right away, that way you could utilize them for gas. I guarantee it. And as we see the Spire, this is going to be exactly what we saw earlier. He's going to utilize the Spire, he's going to use this for speed, and he's just going to, yeah, he's going to absolutely try to take him down. This is very similar of the Antigua game we watched MVPLure today play against Tudming. Ну вот, ребята, просто что я говорю моим английским, американским зрителям. Вот это типа то же самая игра, как Tudming, когда играл он с MVPLure на Антигу раньше сегодня. Мы видели просто... Ну, Courage просто научился, как играть вот этот стиль от его дружка Tudming, потому что в прошлый раз случилось, когда мы видели вот эту игру, MVPLure играл на вот эту карту, он Люр брал вот третьего Nexus, и просто его соперник YHY пробовал с Линк собак его харасывать с 3 хач, 4 хач макс, и у него просто не хватало газ, количество продолжить счет муты. Вот этот раз он очень умно научился правильно, он 4-й и 5-й хач себе набрал, пользует их просто прямо для газ, видишь, ребята, просто для газ он пользует этим минералом, он правда так и так не капит от них, будет пользовать для хараса. И ой-ой-ой, что случилось здесь? Смотрим назад, внутри его натураль, здесь нет защиты, все собак пробежали, где вся защита, и правда вот эти муты собак можно просто прийти в мейн и продолжить их харас. Ёлки-палки, как вот это получилось, огромная ошибка, Люр как-то промазал, чуть-чуть дырку оставил в его ширинку, и вот эти муты и линги и собак пропали. Боже ты мой, ну это очень хороший харас, конечно, неплохой такой обмен для Люр. Ну, просто ему надо будет осторожно это сейчас контролировать, все его юниты не терять. Муты, и то же самое для протез игроков. Надо ему будет очень хорошо закружить и свою базу с стокеров, с центрях, и чтобы вот эти муты не могли продолжить харас. Ну вот мы сейчас смотрим, вот этот зерк то же самое продолживает. Это Лин, собак, муты типа стайл. И вот это чуть жалко, потому что вот эти стокеры застряли в аутсайд. Сейчас попробуем блинкнуть назад, осторожно, потому что центря там есть. О-о-о. И хороший форсфилд собак вот этот раз не получится у них так удачно, не может пробежать. Ну, может, количество муты хватает. Все вот эти собак закружили, но просто количество собак ему не хваталось. Еще 8 добавляет, 6 муты тоже добавляет в микс свою армию. Еще сначала попробует пробежать быстро, и пропали все муты. Собак может сейчас это пойти в натурал локации и харасовать там. Конечно, фотонки подставлены для защиты, конечно, труднее там пробивать. Вот еще фотонку пробил. Стокер пробует это фокусить, ну... Courage ему надо осторожно сейчас микровать, или он сейчас может всю игру просто сливать. Надо ему очень-очень осторожно. So, I mean, again, it's kind of one of those things where you gotta be very careful with this micro, because as we watch the big difference in the games that happened earlier and today, we watched two different styles getting played out. And he's just actually throwing away all of his mutas, and I don't understand this at all. What in the hell is Courage doing? Actually, did he look away? Did he do something different? He lost so many mutas there, and so many right now are in red and yellow health. Big, big mistakes right now by Courage. Now, what we watched earlier today, what happened? When Lure, he played against YHY. YHY threw away a lot of mutas. He threw away a lot of units. And again, this is a little bit more of a chokier of the map than Antigua. You got to understand that as well. So the force fields are more effective as well. But what did happen in the game on Antigua, the production was just a little bit too much. I think what Tude Ming did compared to YHY was actually get a bigger amount of units actually on the map, waited, was very patient, got more units out on the map, and then went for an attack. He didn't throw away too many mutas. He didn't throw away too many links without good reasoning. Now, this is definitely a lot better defense right here by Lure. He does have 3 cannons that are going to distract a lot of the mutifier for quite a while, and of course Blink always does help out as well. We're going to take a look really quick at the probe count, 58 probes, so that's actually a very healthy economy, even though a total of 20 probes has been taken out. The problem is right now for MVPLure is the fact that the production right now for our Zerg player Courage is just outstanding. He's mining again from all these gases right down here, and these are really helping him out to continue this production. Another pylon up, trying to get all these units out, and oh, doesn't even focus the pylon and loses a bunch of mutas, and this is what I'm talking about. You can't do this. You can't throw away mutas. You got to be very careful, especially you got to understand right now with this type of small map, it's going to be very easy for Lure to blink somewhere and be there in instant, in small amounts of seconds. So as a Zerg player, be sure to be very careful with your control when you're doing this. But again, you guys look around, the muta count is getting higher and higher. 33, 34 total mutas are out on the field, plus 5 more additional ones are getting added. As we see, spine crawlers are getting morphed. Let's see, there they are. Oh my god, that is a huge defensive wall. You probably should move some of these that are over here at the inner third area between the natural, probably down to the fourth, so you can hold off any type of counter push. But again, I think he just did those to open up some supply, as well as to be able to continue production as well for defenses too. So a lot of different stuff going on in this game right now at the moment. Ну вот сейчас, ребята, просто очень интересно, как игра у нас получается. Продолжим игру. Хорошая защита для Лур. Ну, пацан тоже в одно время застрял на 3 баз. Пока сейчас мне очень нравится, что очень много спайн Courage поставил, но я, как сказал, я бы советовал ему вот эту группу в спайн поставить ближе к 4-й локации, чтобы легче ему могло быть вот эту локацию защищать. Ну вот сейчас Зерка, правда, сейчас сидит не в плохом состоянии, сидит на 6 баз и пользует все 6 базы для газ, экономику, значит, это очень у него хороший счет газа. Видно, уже у него воздушная атака 1 закончена, это очень поможет, когда попробует атаковать его соперника. Но тоже надо очень осторожно контролировать, потому что смотрите, сколько арконы на карты. Когда арконы попадают внутри, это когда арконы воевают с муты всегда очень быстро сливаются. Вот сейчас собак пробовали попасть внутри, но, конечно, вся защита уже там есть. Но проблема в мейн, у него, правда, много защиты нету. Идет к 3-й локации, вот это количество мута просто это больше, чем, наверное, наш Протос может выдержать. Значит, просто сам пошел на контратаку. Правда, очень много стокеров, блинк-стокеров есть, но мута счет это выше, чем у него. На той стороне контратаку с Аркон, Шаржблот, Immortal и Цетря пошли. Ну, конечно, только в спайн, если пытается пропасть, у него, конечно, не получится, наверное. Просто продает вот эту 4-ю локацию и продолжит игру так, как есть. Вот Муты пробует это продолжить харас. Короче, ему надо внимательно смотреть и осторожно играть, чтобы он не просто так не продавал муты бесплатно. Есть фотонки, есть стокеры, есть хороший апгрейд, это будет очень трудно победить их. И уже видно, что 3 атака, 2 защиты и 1 шилд, уже апгрейд для Протоса есть. Ну, тоже одна проблема, где есть, Зерк все сидит на 5 баз, все равно потерял, может, вот эту базу, но все равно сидит на 5, скоро будет 4, потому что наш Протос Люр нашел вот эту локацию. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you guys are probably have very keen eyes. Not going to be very hard to tell exactly what's going on, but wonderful play by both actually players. Courage doing a wonderful job of harassing, attacking, being everywhere at once with the mutas. Did a wonderful job again. Really learned from Toon Ming earlier today with the fourth and fifth proxy hatches that you could utilize for gas and the muta count. The problem is right now is he's stuck on lair. He hasn't gotten a hive. He doesn't have an infestation pit. He's still relying on the at 21 minutes, still relying on this Ling muta count, and right now the Protoss player just has incredible upgrades, 3-3 plus shield 1. He's got Archons within the mix, Blink Stalkers to utilize, and these mutas are actually going to be very useless very soon. As we see, the rest of the Stalkers are coming up here, and I think this is actually going to be a GG from Courage right now. Once the rest of these mutas do fall apart, there's nothing really left out on the map for him to utilize, and you can see his economy is very, very weak. We could actually even just pull up that tab. As we take a look and see, getting about 900 gas a moment, 1,400 minerals, but that's still just not good enough if only thing that he's producing right now is just mutas and lings. He needs more than that. Now, this again is kind of a little bit of an unbreakable area. You could take a look and see there's a lot of spines, so it's a little unbreakable, but you know what the Protoss can do, he could just kind of not give a crap about it, take a force base, and play on from there. And now we see one of the last of the mutas kind of getting sniped and picked off right here, and that's kind of really, really rough. But also, the story's getting worse and worse for our player because now he found out about this top left location, and now the players have evened out. It's sitting 3 base to 3 base. Protoss has a 70 lead supply. There's no Brewlords on them out. There's no Infestors out just yet. There's 6 in production, but not yet. This is getting worse and worse and worse for our Zerg player ZooCourage, so hopefully he's going to be able to recover. Already taking that 4th proxy hatch down at the bottom right is definitely a good start, but just in case, our Protoss double checking it, going back down there with a pack of Zealots, and with those great upgrades and charge, that hatch is going to fall apart. He's going to have to cancel, and he barely does just in time, sees it. Now, on the backside, going for a counterattack with the mutas, but he's got to be very careful. A lot of cannons are right now in place. He's got to be very careful how he controls these mutas. Also, another Warpin / Stalkers is very capable to defend the rest of these mutas. What does make this a little bit interesting, the attack is going on over here. They are going to break through the rest of the Protoss units with Guardian Shield Archons and a lot of upgraded Stalkers. They're going to be able to break through here, and as you guys can see, GG coming from Courage just doesn't have enough, wasn't able to work that Ling muta composition on this map really as well as he wanted to. He played definitely almost near to Toon Ming's capability.